Okay, so let's go through Phylum Periphera and Phylumnidaria study guide. So I'm going to fly through some of these. I'll just point out a couple things that you're going to need. For some of them, I'll give you the answer to. So number one, Phylum Periphera includes sponges. Key feature, you're going to have collar cells and pores for any sponge. Now, collar cells are used for creating a current of water and capturing plankton. Now, make sure you go with plankton. Food is a little generic, so if you need to change that, change that. What organs and systems do they have? None. This is going to be a little repetitive, I know, but it's just to hammer the point home that sponges do not have any organs or any kind of systems. Now, what moves food from the collar cell to the epidermis? So over here, if we zoom in, you have a paper that looks like this. So if we zoom in, you have collar cells capturing food on one side. You have your epidermis on the other side. These weird cells called amoebocytes will pick up food here and will deliver them to the epidermis. So we sort of did an activity with starburst, if you remember in class, where it picks it up on this side, and then there's this one that's in charge of taking it all the way across to the other side. So again, those are called amoebocytes. Moving on to number 6, they're considered the first animal because they're heterotrophic and they have layers. Now, I kind of messed up here. I'm expecting you to put multicellular, but like layers and multicellular are kind of tied together. So what I really need you to know is they're the first animal because heterotrophic and they have layers. And then, like I said, kind of in parentheses, makes them multicellular. They can reproduce either asexually, and they have the ability to reproduce sexually as well. So 8 and 9 are the two types of asexual reproduction. So I'm going to let you look these two up on your own. Moving on over to 10. Sexual reproduction is the combining of, and I would expect to see sperm and egg here. If you put male and female, okay. But sperm and egg, probably a better wording there. Number 11, find a picture of an actual sponge larva that we drew inside of our notebook. For those of you who have been out, go ahead and click on the link and it'll show you what one looks like. And yes, if those of you in class want to use it, that's fine too. Moving on to number 12, what type of nervous system? This is kind of a repeat of number 5. They don't have one. They don't have a digestive system. They can't move. It's part of the reason is they don't have nerves. This is also known as something. So find that one. Moving on over to 15, this is Phylumnidaria. This includes jellyfish, sea anemones, corals, and also sea pens. What is a key feature? Everything in this group has nematocysts. That's why they belong here. So this is different than over here. Everything over here, all sponges have collar cells and pores. Over here, everything has a nematocyst. 17. Oh, so they're used to catch, again, you can have a couple things like food and prey here. Plankton's probably okay. They'll typically inject a toxin, so don't put a tentacle. So they're found on the tentacle. They don't inject the tentacle. Number 19, find me a picture of a nematocyst. Okay. I think for another version of this, it asks you to find 17. So yeah, find a picture of a plankton. Probably fine. The 3 layers of the cnidarian, that is the epidermis, the mesoglea, and the gastrovascular cavity, which we also call the GVC. What do they digest food in? They digest it in the GVC. Kind of covers number 22. Find me an image that shows those 3 layers, either the Medusa body form or the polyp body form, but I should see those 3 layers: epidermis, mesoglea, gastrovascular cavity. Moving on over to 24, what type of reproduction do they have? Again, similar to the sponges, asexual or sexual. Asexual reproduction, again, make sure you know, okay, which one it is, or which are the 2 here. Basically, same 2 that the sponges do. What type of nervous system? Now, this one, you could have gone one of 2 ways. You could have put nerve net, or you could have put semi, like the starting of a nervous system. All right, what are the 2 body types? This one, I expect you to know. Find, you could use the link if you weren't here. All right, sexual reproduction. This requires a combining of, same with the sponges. Find me a cnidarian larva. Okay, so similar to the one inside of the notebook. Juvenile jellyfish. What is this known as? This is known as the Ephyra. So just so you picture that, I mean, you could just go. You don't have to Google this, but it just goes back to my point of look at over here. Like, I don't know why Gears of War is even on here when you Google Ephira. If you call it Ephri, it's fine. But basically, it's one of these like weird little, almost kind of looks like a starfish. But that's what a juvenile jellyfish looks like. This is different than the larva, though. So different than the larva. We'll come back to this. Well, actually, I can do 49 right now. This is it hollow or marrow plankton is what 49 is asking. All right. Sponges and cnidarians have separate genders. So again, it doesn't mean that they can't switch. They can, but they're just never male and female at the same time. 32 you got. 33 you got. Coming over here to 30. I lost where 34 is at. Oh, here it is. So the 3 classes, it's inside your notebook. I'll let you take care of that. Which class includes common jellyfish? I'll let you take care of that. How many species? Now, this one you'll have to look up on Quizlet. So I gave you the numbers on Quizlet for how many species there are. What type of body form does it have? This one, again, what class? How many species? Again, take a look at Quizlet. What can it do to humans? So basically, like this last part, I'm going to leave you on your own. I think I covered quite a bit of them. The only one I think I need to clarify. No, I think that's all of them. Yeah. You should be good to go for the rest of them. Again, if you miss one question, you're fine. Or even 2 questions, you're fine. Just go ahead and submit it, and we can take a look at the answers tomorrow. Just make sure it's done by 11:30.